Hey everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media. Today I have a very traditional Blu-ray haul for you. So no DVDs, no 4K even, just strictly Blu-rays. The best part though is that all of these are horror movies, or horror adjacent, maybe a thriller here or there. We'll see as we go through them. But I have 13 movies in total, and they're all part of the disc replay buy two, get one free sale that they've been having. So let's get into this. Before we do though, if you have a quick second, go ahead and hit that like button down below. That engagement really does help me out. But with that said, let's not waste any more time at all. Let's dive right in to my disc replay buy two, get one free horror haul. So aside from the fact that horror haul is very hard to say, let's jump in here. So I did mention there are 13, which doesn't align with the buy two, get one, but that's because I bought some other movies along with it. Those are in other hauls, but this is just the horror ones I grabbed. But anyway, with that said, first up here, this one has very mixed to low reviews on Letterboxd, but I went with it anyway. It has Val Kilmer. This is The Super. So much like one I talked about in my Thursday video with The Resident, it sounds like it's very similar, but in this case, it's like the superintendent versus the landlord. Wait, is that the same thing? I think it's the same thing, just a different name. But yeah, so we'll see if this is any good or not. Like I said, not the best reviews. It might be more thriller than horror, but it's Val Kilmer. It can't be terrible, right? Let's hope. This is The Super. Here's one I remember seeing when I worked at Family Video, and it has one of my favorites, Danielle Harris, in it. This is The Black Waters of Echo's Pond. So I don't really know too much about it other than I believe it's a slasher film. It says on the back there that it's a twist on the typical blood and guts slasher. So I'm intrigued. I really just wanted it for Danielle Harris. I'm going to guess she probably has a very small role in it. They're just using that for name recognition, but I don't care. I love her enough that I want to see this one. So this is The Black Waters of Echo's Pond. This next one is actually from Ghost House Underground, and it stars Amy Smart. This is called Seventh Moon, and I didn't realize it until I was filming just now, but this is directed by Eduardo Sanchez, who I love. Not only did he do the Blair Witch Project, which is what he's most known for, but he also directed Lovely Molly, which I think is super underrated, and he did a movie called Altered, one of the coolest like sci-fi alien things out there. Like, I love that movie. So I am very excited to see this. Again, I didn't even realize that until I was filming just a few seconds ago. So yeah, excited to check out Seventh Moon. Hopefully it'll be as good as his other films. This one is Amy Smart in Seventh Moon. Here's one I grabbed because it looks kind of creepy. This is called The Vatican Tapes, and it has Michael Pena in it, who I always enjoy. And I feel like he's not playing a comedic role here, so it'll be interesting to see how he does with this. But yeah, it says for 2,000 years, the Vatican has recorded evidence of evil. So it's going to be very much in that vein. Probably going to be very stereotypical, but hopefully it'll be creepy. I guess we'll see. I haven't heard much about this one, so I'm hoping I'll enjoy it. This is The Vatican Tapes. This one I needed to complete one of my franchises that I own. This is Leprechaun Returns. So this, I believe, is like a reboot or a requel, if you will, to the Leprechaun series, which I've only seen the original. I've never watched any of the sequels, but I do own them on Blu-ray behind me. So I definitely have to get around to them at some point. And eventually I will want to see this one when I do that. So yeah, I had to grab it for a really good price. This is Leprechaun Returns. This next one I've actually just picked up yesterday, and I've never seen this on Blu-ray in the wild. This is Detention. And I actually saw this movie years and years ago, and apparently I really liked it because I gave it a 7 out of 10 on IMDb. Frankly though, at this point, I just don't remember too much about it, which is weird because I think this was like super unique. It's like a time-traveling horror film, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mixing it up with something else, but yeah, I don't know. Very happy I was able to find it. I only ever owned it on DVD before this, so happy to have the Blu-ray of it. This is Detention. Okay, so technically the rest of these are all boutique label pickups, I believe. Yeah, looks like it. So the least of the boutique, I'll call it, the Warner Archive collection, we have Stage Fright, the original. Now, I've not seen the original, but I have seen the remake, and I really enjoy it. It's a ton of fun. I, of course, as you probably remember, am a theater major, and so anything dealing with like theater, mix it with horror, like I am all in on, and so that's why I love the remake. Now, this is actually Alfred Hitchcock, so I'm I'm sure it's going to be enjoyable. And now that I say that, I wonder if I actually own this on another collection I already have. But either way, it's a cool release that I was able to find, so I picked it up. This one is Alfred Hitchcock's Stage Fright. I had to double check, and I don't own Stage Fright otherwise, so that makes me happy. But anyway, this is another one I found yesterday from Blue Underground. We have Maniac Cop 2. So I do have the original behind me. I don't think I've watched it yet, though. And so when I saw this one, I think there are 3 of these, maybe 4. Maybe there's like a Maniac Cop Returns as well. I could be making that up. But yeah, so I want to see them and see if they're any good or not. And I've never seen this in the wild either, so I had to grab it. Not the cheapest, a little bit more than I normally pay at Disc Replay. But yeah, I figured it was probably worth it given that it's a Blue Underground release. So yeah, happy to have it, and I'm excited to check out this series. This is Maniac Cop 2. These next 3 are all Scream Factory releases. This one is more of like one of their standard indie films, but I've heard really good things. This is The Autopsy of Jane Doe. If I'm not mistaken, I really feel like Ken over at Mid-Level Media has championed this film in the past, and so that's why it was on my radar. If not him, somebody from the BlueTube community. But yeah, excited to see it. I've heard, like I said, great things, so hopefully I'll enjoy it, and it is a Scream Factory release, so it gets to go in that collection over there. This is The Autopsy of Jane Doe. Speaking of Ken over at Mid-Level Media, here's a movie he absolutely hated, but for the price, I figured I would upgrade from my DVD. This is Bubba Hotep, and I've not seen this one yet, but again, came with the slipcover, and it's the Scream Factory Collector's Edition version. I spent like $5 or less on this, so I had to grab it. Now, if I don't love it, at least I didn't spend $30 on the 4K, right? So yeah, intrigued to see if this one is any good or not. This is Bubba Hotep. And another Scream Factory Collector's Edition. This is actually an upgrade for me because I do have the Blu-ray behind me. Well, I did. I think I sold it now. But this is Misery with James Caan and Kathy Bates. I love this movie. This is so genuinely creepy. Kathy Bates is brilliant in this, as is James Caan. But yeah, this is such a great movie. So again, I had the kind of standard release of this on Blu-ray. And I know you can get this for really cheap. At least at one point you could off of a Hamilton book. It was like $9. But again, I paid like $5 for it. So yeah, very happy I was able to upgrade my version of Misery. This is another upgrade for me. I did own the Blu-ray prior, but I upgraded to the Arrow Video version of Reanimator. Now, I love this movie. I don't know if there might be a 4K release of this. I'm not entirely sure, but for the $5 or less with the buy two get one that I paid for it, I figured I would just do this version for now. And there are additional special features on here compared to the standard Blu-ray that I had, which is the real reason I wanted to pick it up. So yeah, very happy to have Reanimator from Arrow in the collection. I love Arrow Video, and I love this movie. It's so great. So really cool find here. This one is Reanimator. Okay, so last but not least today is from Severin Films, and this was such a cool find. Admittedly, I thought this was 4K when I first picked it up, which you can see why it has a black case on it, but it's not. This is the Blu-ray of The Changeling, and you can barely even see that there. This slipcover is, oh, just beautiful. I love it. And then let me open this up here. But yeah, you can see why I thought it was 4K, because it has the black case to it. But yeah, I've never seen this film, and so I have no idea if this is any good or not. But again, it was $5.99 for a Severin release, so I had to grab it. You can see that the artwork on the inside there as well. So yeah, very cool find from Disc Replay. Cannot wait to check out The Changeling. All right, so there is my stack of horror Blu-rays from Disc Replay. And like I said, all of those were bought as part of a buy two, get one free sale. So extremely cheap horror movies on Blu-ray. You can't get much better than that. I'm currently trying to watch kind of low-key 31 movies in the month of October here. I'm averaging one a day right now as of filming, so that's good. I have a 13 days of Halloween vlog that'll come out later this month, and then of course all the other reviews that I've been doing this month. So tons of review material on the channel here this month, specifically for horror films. So if you come here for the reviews also, you definitely have a lot to look forward to this month. But anyway, guys, let me know down in the comments below, what of this stack have you seen and what do you recommend? Is The Changeling, like, is it as cool as this cover makes it out to be? I really hope so. But I'd love to hear what recommendations you guys have down in the comments below. But that will do it for today, guys. So if you enjoyed this one, go ahead and hit that like button button down below. That engagement really does help me out. And like I always say, I don't just talk movies, though the month of October has been extremely movie heavy, but that's just the way it goes for this season. So thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I want to encourage you all to consume some media today. I'll catch you next time.